Hi, it's Joseph Rose with the Oregonian and OregonLive. I'm here at Wizard World, Portland, with William Shatner.
Yeah, Wizard World, the Comic-Con that's in town once a year where everybody has a good time.
So one of the things I saw, as a lot of people were standing in line here to talk to you and get you to sign your new book on Leonard Nimoy, is a dad had his daughter with him and he said, "Look, there's Captain Kirk."
Right.
And she said, "Who?"
Exactly.
And then she looked and he said, "Priceline Negotiator."
Right.
And then she got it. How do you feel about that, having different identities in different generations?
I feel very badly that I don't look like Captain Kirk any longer. That's what age does. It's actually, I've got to if you put yourself in the kid's eyes, you know, she's watching a 50-year-old show, and then she meets the actor who's 50 years older. It must become quite a shock. Like, who's that?
Well, speaking of Captain Kirk, of all the personality traits that Captain Kirk has, what's the one you admire the most?
He had a way with words, and some of them were his.
What do you mean?
Well, it was a written part. That's what I mean.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing I was wondering is, You've told me earlier that you'd like to come back and play Captain Kirk, but you want it to be more than just a cameo.
That's correct.
You want it to be sort of a good farewell to the character.
That's exactly right.
Have you given any thought to what that would be?
Well, I do write science fiction, and in fact, this book is out now, but in October, I'll have another book out written with Jeff Roven, who's a marvelous science fiction guy. So, between the imagination of a terrific science fiction writer, there's nothing you can't do, because you can bring anybody back and make any excuse. So you could come from anywhere, you know. But 50 years is hard to explain.
And have you talked to J.J. Abrams about this?
I have had lunch with J.J. and we've talked about this.
So your book is out. I've read the book.
Yes.
You're also working on a Christmas album.
That's correct.
And that's coming out later this year?
I hope so.
What are the Christmas songs you have in mind?
You know, Red-Nosed Reindeer and Merry Christmas. I mean, the idea that I have, the concept I have, will encompass many of the popular songs.
So Silent Night, that's on the list?
Absolutely, that one.
One last question, to get a little more serious. This is a great book. I've had a chance to read it. One of the things I thought was interesting is that you brought up a lot about Leonard Nimoy and you growing up in the same type of faith roots,
yes.
the Jewish roots,
yes.
and how that formed you as young men.
Yes.
But later in the book, you don't really talk about how that has played a role in your life at all.
Religion, you mean?
Yeah.
I think I've evolved from ritual to the spiritual aspect of it, rather than going pro forma to a place where everybody else goes. I'm in the midst of a interesting transformation in my own mind now, due to reading and thinking, and it isn't necessarily Jewish, although much of the Jewish philosophy is involved.
And you're making a Christmas album.
And I'm making a Christmas album.
Thank you.